Hey, what's up? We're Lucas and Steve.
We're right here at Dancefair in Utrecht in the jaarbeurs. Yearbeurs. Exactly. We're going to do a Q&A later on. We're going to give some workshop on music production. And now we're right here with Bax Music to tell a little bit about ourselves and to answer some questions.
You've been together as a duo for a long time, and yet you're totally different in many ways. What makes things work between you? Between us?
I think what works really well for us, and that's also something that we established over time, is that when you work together, you kind of can put a stronger emphasis every time on each other's strengths, so you can develop in those directions.
And what you hear about ourselves, that we're totally different characters, and that's what you also hear in the music production. For instance, Lucas starts with most of the time starts with the creative part, and I do the finishing part, actually the mixing, engineering part. So that's like totally different, but that works for us already for 12, 13 years already, I think so.
And that way we can work pretty fast. That's always the good thing. You can just send stuff back and forth. We can work together in the studio. Nowadays we even have 2 studios, so we can work extra fast. So that's how we roll. Yes, you both have your respective qualities. How would you describe the qualities of the other? I think this is kind of...
what we just said. So, in short answer, Lucas is really creative, starts with melodies and chords. Most of the time, we both can do the same things in the studio, actually, but sometimes it works faster and we don't have that much time in the studio, so we try to work as efficient as possible. So most of the time, Lucas starts with the creative part, chords, melodies, and I do the finishing part, like mixing, mastering, and engineering. You're currently scoring one hit after another. Is this unexpected, or were you always sure that you make it the breakthrough? You make the breakthrough.
Well, this might sound a bit odd, but in a way, I've kind of always believed that we would, at some point, we would have some success. You never know how big the success would get, but we've always been going for this, like, giving it our best shot and giving it everything. And I think for everybody counts as long as you keep in mind what your target is, you just give it your all, you will end up somewhere. Where that is exactly, we don't know. Of course, we didn't know that in advance also, but I think we were pretty confident that we would reach something.
Yeah, true. You never expect, you can never expect like a big success, but you always expect something from the music that you make, and especially when you work together for already 12 years, then you have a target and you have to set your goals every year. But still, if you set your goal, then you work. You're very motivated to reach the goal, and then you will reach the success. So yeah.
At what point did you think this is it?
Actually, that's a good question. For instance, we made a new track in the studio last week, and we made, I think, still 17 versions of it, and we're still not really satisfied with the results. So Monday, when we're back in the studio, we try to make version 18. So actually, it's never it, but you have to set your line. So if you think this is the version that would be the quality that we have to deliver for our tracks, then that is it. But it's a really difficult question. Sometimes it's easier, sometimes it's more difficult to get the line of the track that you want.
You never want to satisfy and just be like, okay, this is okay enough. You always want to, make it perfect and boost it to the max, maximum quality. Yeah.
Nowadays, you're performing all over the world. What's been the most special moment so far? I think for me personally, that would be Tomorrowland main stage, of course, but there are a lot of festivals. Actually, the most special thing is that we can tour all around the world and give people the music that we make in the studio. That's I think the most special thing about what we're doing right now. But the most special moment is, for me, is Tomorrowland is main stage 2 times. That's crazy.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, of course, Tomorrowland is like the shit. Of course you want to go there and perform on the main stage, but sometimes it can also be really cool to be surprised by how amazing a festival or event can be. I remember last New Year's Eve, Romania was really cool. Never See Festival, newcomer in the industry. I think they did the 2nd edition last year and it was insane, really. But also during New Year's Eve, we did a show in South Korea. We hadn't been there for 2 years, so that you don't know what's going on there. But that you come there and you see that the scene has evolved so much. And it happened to be in our kind of music. That was one of the sickest parties we ever played. So the surprises can be cool also.
During your production Q&A, you also made a special announcement. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, well, this special announcement is something that we've been working on for quite some time already. And the reason is, and we've said that before when we did Q&As and we did master classes, is that when we started off as, just producers, just trying to make the best of it, we've always been we were always looking for new for new information on how we could improve our tracks. And of course there's a lot on YouTube, but it's always more powerful, in our opinion, if you can just ask the producer yourself and get direct feedback. So that's why we're starting a music production platform online, where people can ask their questions about their productions, they can send their productions, they can get feedback from us. But which is also really important is that people can give feedback to each other. And that we think that will be something really powerful, where people can learn a lot from us, but also from each other. What's your favorite gear?
Oh boy.
The sixth.
What's the... well, it's not really gear, but for me it's Splice actually. Splice is a platform where you can download all kinds of samples, like sample packs, production packs, and it's really easy to use. It's just online, and you can find every sample there is online, and that's, for us, it's really important because with samples you can really try to make your sound different. And we actually use a lot of samples, so it's not only your kick or your clap or your snares or hi-hats, it's like everything in your whole track, atmospheres, vocals, vocal samples. So it's a really broad way of finding samples. So for me, it's not really gear because it's not hardware or software, but it's more a website for us. For me, it's Splice. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. I kind of have to agree because we use it literally every day. For me personally, because I'm into sound design a lot, I really miss the plugin Serum if it wouldn't be there right now, because if you get the hang of it, you can make anything you want, and that's just amazing. And also some hardware, like we have Dave Smith Prophet in the studio, also insane sounds. Nordlead is great for me to compose melodies and everything. So a lot of gear. Hard to pick a favorite.
True. What tips would you give to musicians / DJs who just starting out?
Be as creative as possible. Really go on the lookout for new things. Always try to be the first. That's difficult. I mean, for everybody, for us also. Of course, you can listen to other musicians and producers, and it can be really helpful to try and copy them. Because if you copy, you know how to do it. But after that, it's really important to make it into your own, because otherwise you will always be that other guy doing what the big producer did. So you kind of will always remain the copycat. So learn from others, but be creative with it and make it your own.
And thing is, it sounds very cliche, but it's the truth. Just work very hard to achieve your goals. Don't sit, and if something doesn't work in the studio, like a creative breakdown, or that you just don't know it anymore, just listen to various of other music, because there is so much good music online. Go to Spotify, go to Tidal. There's so much going on right now, so go and check that out, and you will find your creativity at another moment. So don't stop, just work. That's really important.
Oh, wow. Yeah. How do you drink your coffee? We all know it.
Cappuccino.
I like it all black, no sugar, no milk. Real coffee.
Have a nice day.